once knew my wife. This old house was home and comfort as we fought the storms of life. This old house once rang with laughter. This old house heard many shouts. Now she trembles in the darkness when the lightning walks about. I ain't gonna need this house no longer. Ain't gonna need this house no more. Ain't got time to fix the shingles. Ain't got time to fix the floor. Ain't got time to oil the hinges, nor to mend the window pane. Ain't gonna need this house no longer. I'm getting ready to meet the saints. Well, this old house is getting shaky. This old house is getting old. This old house that's in the rain. This old house that's in the cold. On my knees I'm getting chilly, but I feel no fear no pain, 'cause I see an angel peeking through a broken window pane. Ain't gonna need this house no longer. Ain't gonna need this house no more. Ain't got time to fix the shingles. Ain't got time to fix the floor. Ain't got time to oil the hinges, nor to mend the window pane. Ain't gonna need this house no longer. I'm getting ready to meet the saints. Well, my old hound dog lies asleep and he don't know I'm gonna leave. Else he'd wake up by the fireplace. He'd sit there and howl and grieve. Ain't hunting days are over. Ain't gonna hunt the coon no more. Gable done brought in my chariot when the wind blew down the door. Ain't gonna need this house no longer. Ain't gonna need this house no more. Ain't got time to fix the shingles. Ain't got time to fix the floor. Ain't got time to hold the hinges, nor to mend the window pane. Ain't gonna need this house no longer. I'm getting ready to meet the saints. Ain't gonna need this house no longer. I'm getting ready to meet the saints. Good morning, YouTubers. Saturday morning. Saturday morning, let's call it the weekend update. I may be regressing. I haven't made a lot of progress. Well, I have, really. But wiring just takes a long time, it seems like, to me. But, man, I've been wiring on this thing for a week or more. But it's almost done. The only thing left to do now is wire up the fans. I want to get my fans mounted, my new fans mounted on the radiator. But I think I've made an executive incision. I don't think I'm going to try to do that show at 1st of October. I just got too much going on. I got grafting calls coming in. I got jobs to look at next week. My son's house needs some attention, and he and I are going to take care of a few little projects there. Starting the end of the month, I got to start shutting this place down, getting it ready for winter, blowing out my irrigation lines so they don't freeze. And then I got a couple of houses in town that I do for a friend and for my son, who blow out their yard irrigation. So I may need to take a trip, go see those grandkids, you know. Just too much going on. Just plus this. Look at this. This is my Finnegan list here on my cardboard. I don't know how well you can see it, but it goes from here all the way to the top, or from the top all the way to here. However you want to look at it, it's a long list either way. And there's only 2 things checked off. So mountain headlights, you know, that's just one little thing on the list. It looks like just a little thing on the list, but when you get into it, you know, it took me all night. But that's okay. Anyway, I've kind of made that incision, you know. They say life is what happens while you're making other plans, and I've got some life going on besides this rat rod. So, and I'm comfortable with that decision. Yeah, I could hook up the gas tank and it'll run a drive, and I could take it down there. That's no problem. But I just don't want to take it down there, you know, half done, with the nose not on and the trunk lid not on, and just a lot of things. I got another 6 months worth of work to do on this thing. So I'm comfortable with that, because I got all winter. That gives me all winter to get all this stuff done, and I don't want to rush anything. I want to take my time and do things the way I want them done. So, so far, you know, I don't look back on anything and wish it was different. And when this thing is all done, that's how I want it to be. I don't want to look back on it and say, boy, I wish I'd have done that different, or have to do it over or whatever. So I just got to take my time and think each thing through and do it the way I want it. Now, speaking of doing it the way I want it, I have wanted to flush mount those parking lots on this thing. And there was a gentleman made a comment either on Instagram or on YouTube, I don't remember which, about, said, Ken, couldn't you flush mount those park lights to make them smooth? And I said, well, not without cutting a hole in my fender. But I'm taking a kind of a second look at that this morning. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. Get you turned around here. If I were to, see, those things are 16 inches long. But if I were to cut out a little hole back under there that come up to the top of this divot, take this off and then stick it back in the hole, then this part out here would be more or less flush mounted here. And if I brought them out to the front so that the lens, edge of the lens, came to the edge of this indentation here, that would bring it out 2 inches. So that means that, well, I'd have 2 more inches. This much of it would, from here back, you wouldn't see. And I like having all this exposed. I really like that. But in the interest of having it flush down on the fender, I think I could live with sacrificing some of this, and it'll look pretty cool if it's just stuck back in a little hole there and flush mounted. And plus that'll hide the wires, a couple wires hanging out there. I mean, I ran them through a grommet and did the best I could, but that would take care of that too. So kind of thinking about that, but all these things take time, you know, and to do this copper that I'm going to do, like this copper back here, to fill that gap, I'm going to do the same thing with this gap. And to work around those zoomies, that's going to take some time. That's an endeavor. So I'm just not going to rush things. I'm going to have it the way I want it when it's all done. So I'm going to show you my new radiator and my fans, and then I think that's going to be it for right now. Be right back. I got some stuff hid out back here in a little apartment unit here in my shop, Victor's little house, so it don't get damaged. But this is my new radiator, and ain't that pretty? Back up so you can see it. Isn't that just lovely? Got some of that styrofoam stuck in the bottom, but I want to keep it really nice. I don't want to have any dents or dings in it once I have it mounted, so I'm going to keep it back here out of sight so it don't get kicked over or anything. Get that back in the box. And these are my fans. They are awesome, man. Those things, they sound like helicopters when they take off. But I didn't know what these flaps are for. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you're in frame. Okay, I'm in frame, I should say. Anyway, Chevaholic, he's the one that told me about these fans. A good brand, Spall, I believe they are. It's a pretty nice shroud. It's a very nice shroud, actually. But I had these flaps, and I didn't know what that was for. He said that's when you're going highway speed, that lets the air flow through, and then when the fans kicks on, it sucks them down, and then all your air comes through the fans. So that's going to be fun, getting that mounted up. Not to mention how pretty it is. It's not like me to make stuff pretty, is it? Oh well. Okay, that's about all I had to say. I just wanted to say I'm not gonna start rushing things now. You know, I'll get in a hurry and I'll start messing stuff up. So, But sure, it's a good feeling to have that wiring done inside the cab at least, and all the lights and everything are functioning properly. Let's see if we can turn something on here. Oh, what have we got here? Power on. Okay. There we go, headlights. And ran through the original dimmer switch on the old 40 Dodge, and all the signal lights all work, brake lights work, tail lights work. On the tail lights come on, all four of them come on. And when you hit the brakes, all four of them come on. And then when the headlights are off, just the outside ones are obviously the turn signals. So I think one of the things I'm going to try to get done today is get those gauges mounted. So I think that's about it. Not much of an update, is it? I haven't done a whole lot. Sometimes I work for 2 or 3 days and stuff that nobody's ever going to see. And today's going to be one of those days, because I'm going to get underneath there and weld everything up solid that I have tacked into place. So got probably most of the day just taking care of stuff like that. And I might get started on mounting the fuel cell. That one right out there. It's a pretty good sized tank. So I think that's going to do a nice job. Anyway, that's about it, guys. See you later. Have a good one. Have a great weekend. Talk to you later. Bye. Looking at this schematic of my headlight switch here, it indicates that this terminal goes to the rear tail lights. Now I'm glad they pointed that out, or else I might have hooked it up to the front tail lights.